The Space Age, written by Pam Holden. The space age started with the first satellite. It was as big as a basketball. But the Sputnik satellite flew right around the Earth. The second satellite took a dog for a space ride. The first person to fly into space was an astronaut from Russia. He flew around the Earth once, which took 1.5 hours. Then he landed safely back on Earth. 3 United States astronauts were the first people to fly to the moon. They took 4 days to get there. 2 of the men landed on the moon and walked around. They put up a flag and took some photographs. After 2.5 hours, they left the moon. They brought back some moon dust and rocks. There have been 5 more landings on the moon. A space shuttle is a spaceship that can fly into space more than once. It is sent into space by 2 big rockets. When it comes back, it lands like a plane. There is a huge telescope called Hubble flying around the Earth. It takes pictures of stars and planets to send back. There are many satellites flying around Earth. They send back photos and weather reports. Our television and telephone services use satellites every day. Robots are good for exploring space because they don't need to eat or sleep. They aren't frightened of danger, and they can stay in space for a long time. The first landing on a planet was a robot that was sent to Mars in a spacecraft. The robot was like a small car that drove around and took pictures of the planet. Now there is a space station, so the astronauts can find out more about space. They need oxygen tanks to help them breathe. The astronauts float around because there is nothing to hold things down. They wear special spacesuits when they walk outside the space station. There is not much noise in space. It can change from very cold to burning hot. Sometimes they live there for many months. When you look up at night, watch for something moving slowly across the sky. That will be a shuttle, a satellite, or a space station flying around the Earth. This is the space age.